What's good, y'all? We all saw that destruction of Williams Zepeda, man. Didn't put out much of a video on it, man, because I was in Mexico. The July 8th through the 12th, so I caught the fight right after I got off the flight from Mexico, man. So that's what I've been on, man. Just enjoying life, man. That's what y'all need to do, man. Go touch grass, man. Go enjoy y'all lives, man. You only get one. So live it up, man. That's all I gotta say, man. I was thinking about this fight a minute ago. And I was like, man, Zepeda got so much volume, bro. He throws so many punches, right? He love to walk his opponents down. He love to be all in their face. Shakur, master. Master technician, man. The closest thing we gonna get to Floyd Mayweather, man, and I'm gonna be honest. That boy looked like Money Mayweather in that ring, man, against the pedal. Making them miss, making them pay. Couldn't be hit, man. He was slipping punches, countering perfectly, man. I'm like, damn, bro, Shakur is really him. But on X, man, y'all can follow me on X if y'all want to. At Lefty the Sickest, man. That's my Twitter. That's my Instagram. I tweeted right before they came out. I said, man, Shakur by TKO is incoming. I got Shakur by knockout. I think it's gonna be one of them Oscar Valdez performances, man. That's what I was saying to myself. I didn't really, like I said, talk about the fight much because I was preparing to go to Mexico. I was in Mexico for the full week, and then I came back and I was like, man, I ain't do no commentating, I ain't do no videos, but I got Shakur by KO. One thing that had me questioning Shakur though before the fight, months before the fight, was his hands. His hands, he hurt him against um, Padley. He hurt both of them. Before that, he had hurt him against De Los Santos in sparring leading up to that fight. And then he had hurt him again when he was supposed to fight in October. He was supposed to fight on the Bivol versus Beterbiev undercard, but he hurt his hands again. So I'm like, damn, bro, Shakur, every time he fight, his hands start hurting. That was my question when he was supposed to fight Floyd Schofield. I was like, man, if he can't stay healthy, if his hands don't hold up, he could get seriously injured, man. It could be a long night for him. Man, Shakur came out first round. I'm like, man, this dude here, bro, the closest thing we gonna get to Floyd Mayweather, man. Like, he was just picking Zepeda apart, bro. Like, I did see the adjustment that he made, though. Zepeda, at the beginning, he knew Shakur was such a good fighter. Instead of throwing where Shakur was at, he was throwing his punches where he thought Shakur was gonna be, instead of throwing them where he was at. And Shakur made that adjustment. He saw what he was doing, and he stopped moving to where Zepeda punches was. Zepeda was basically punching where he thought Shakur was gonna be. The second half of that fight, Shakur just stopped moving his head, kept his head on the line because he knew Zepeda was throwing to where he was going to be, if that makes sense to y'all. Zepeda, man, that third round. Let's talk about it. He hit Shakur with a straight right, knocked him off balance. Shakur wasn't hurt, man. He was just literally off balance. I really think, man, Shakur got pushed to his limits that night, man, and it showed his greatness. I always said, man, I even made fun of him on this channel. Back then, I was like, man, Shakur a runner. But then I actually started watching Shakur. I had watched his fight versus Conceição at 130. I had watched his fight versus Oscar Valdez. I had watched him destroy Jamel Herring. I watched his debut at 135. Like, I watched this live, not on the highlights. I saw him fight Yoshino. I saw him fight Edwin De Los Santos. That was the only fight he ran. I saw him fight Artem. I saw him fight Josh Padley. And I saw his last fight, which was recent with his last fight with I just saw his last fight with the nigga he just fought, man. What his name is. He just got him up out the way. William Zepeda. I had a brain for y'all, forgive me. But in How many fights there was? 8 or 9 fights, bro. He ran once, and that was against Edwin De Los Santos, somebody who has serious punching power, somebody who has crazy knockout power, somebody who is fast, somebody who also can box and punch and got good feet. So Shakur had a hand injury. I'm giving that to him. Do what you got to do, man. He felt like he couldn't protect himself, standing in the pocket, standing in the paint with Edwin De Los Santos. So he chose to move. I knew what type of time it was when he was going to fight Floyd Schofield. I feel like it was going to be a similar outcome because when you pressure somebody like Shakur Stevenson, he going to bring the pain. Literally. He be standing right in front of guys and they cannot touch him. They cannot hit him for whatever reason. His defense is too good. His head movement is too good. They just can't hit him. But when I saw Zepeda was a big volume puncher, he threw a lot of punches, a good pressure fighter, a lot of knockouts. I said, yeah, there's gonna be a statement Shakur win because Shakur does great against pressure fighters. He does great against people who think they knockout artists. He does great against people who come forward. He pick them apart every time. Literally. Go watch Oscar Valdez performance, man. He annihilated that dude. Literally, Oscar Valdez was supposed to be strong, a come forward fighter, man. Shakur dismantled him, took away his best weapons, dropped him and everything. I saw Shakur Stevenson just outman and outhandle some of these dudes who's supposed to be good pressure fighters and throw a lot of punches. Zepeda, I knew it wasn't gonna be no different. I actually saw Zepeda get dropped versus Tevin Farmer, so I was like, yeah, I can see Shakur knocking this guy out. That was a vintage performance for Shakur Stevenson. That was a career-defining fight for Shakur. It's really only up from here, in my opinion, if you really think about it, because Zepeda was the top guy in 135. Like, literally, the champions are Murataya, Shakur, Tank, and that was it. That's about it. And then you got the contenders, the Zepedas of the world, up and coming Abdullah Mason, uh, Andy Cruz, Floyd Schofield. So Shakur fought at that level, probably the best guy in 135 on paper wise, experience wise. So, in my honest opinion, I did not see a way Shakur Stevenson could have been beat uh, that night, and it made me question that man, it's the side of me that say Shakur will beat Tank Davis. I've always been one that said I think Tank would school Shakur because he also a boxer who just happened to have power. But man, I saw nothing. Shakur had no weakness against Zepeda. Literally, he had no weakness. Defense was on point. He was throwing combinations. He was letting his hands go. He was standing right in front of Zepeda. He was using the ropes. He wasn't running. I'm like, damn. He is crushing this dude. And Zepeda was right there physicality. physicality. Physicality wise. Physical, like, wise. He was damn near the same height as Shakur. Probably about the same reach. You got to think Tank is way shorter than Shakur. Shorter reach. He gonna be the shorter man. Damn.